Welcome to the You Can Be Unstoppable podcast. My name is Ewelina Szczeblewska, your host and certified hypnotherapist. In this podcast, I will share with you how to tap into the power of your subconscious mind. I intend to share with you how learning how to use the power of your subconscious mind can help you to create a successful and abundant life with ease, how to connect with yourself while fostering a healthy relationship with your body and mind. Tapping into the power of the subconscious mind will help you to learn how to manage your emotions, become more resilient and present in all of your relationships. Self-love and self-worth are the keys to the kingdom of success and abundance, to happy and healthy life on your terms. Hey, how is everyone? And welcome to another episode. And I was thinking, what do I want to talk about? And I landed on self-sabotage because I think we not always recognize that we sabotage ourselves, we sabotage our success. So I wanted to talk about this because I want you to imagine a situation when you are right before a promotion or signing a new client or something positive is meant to happen. And somehow you missed the deadline. You made some silly mistake and the whole thing collapses. You said the wrong thing, the client didn't sign up. You said the wrong thing and you've upsetted your partner and something really good and positive is happening in your life and you almost can't believe how good things are and suddenly the whole thing collapses. You did something silly, you said something, suddenly you had a really negative thoughts thinking or some negative thoughts about something. Suddenly you started to worry and you're thinking, why? It was almost like it was too good to be true, that it was too easy and you needed to create a struggle. And I think that's what it is. And that's something I had to learn, that I was addicted to struggle. And so many of us, we don't even know that we are in the habit of creating a struggle and making more difficult for us because we've learned that somehow life can be easy, that we sabotage our successes based upon beliefs that we have or stories. So there's always a deeper layer that needs to be uncovered. Sometimes, obviously, it's the past, it's our childhood. Potentially, there's some trauma, some learned behavior, some observed behavior from our parents. So there's always more to unpack and it will look different for every single one of us. And then we wonder, why can I not achieve this success? Why, keep doing those silly things, stupid things right before I reach the thing, or you reach some of it, but not everything that you want. And obviously there's many reasons why someone may struggle with self-sabotaging patterns. Could be fear of failure or fear of success. Some people actually are afraid of success because they don't know how it's going to look like, how the family is going to react. They going to be different in the environment they are in. They not sure how they're gonna relate to the friends and family, and that's not always fully conscious. We're not always fully aware of those fears. It could be self-doubt. It could be conflict between what we believe subconsciously and what we want consciously. So there's so many different reasons behind the scenes why we may struggle with various forms of self-sabotage, because it could be procrastination, could be negative self-talk, could be perfectionism, could be self-doubt, lack of self-worth. So there's so many different reasons why someone may or may not struggle with various levels of self-sabotaging habits. So things to look out if you're not sure if you're struggling with self-sabotage. So the things that would indicate you may have some level of struggle with that is if you feel inadequate, and it doesn't have to be in every single aspect of your life. If you feel hopeless, if you jump into conclusions without much data, if you undervalue the reward you deserve, if you obviously struggle with various fears, even fear of approval or criticism, if you struggle with coercion and resentment, if you struggle with frustration or tolerating other people, if you struggle with guilt and self-blame, shame, if you very much into what if and disaster thinking, all of that is subtle ways showing you that you actually sabotage yourself to some degree. So I want to give you four main ways to tackle this. And obviously, first and foremost, you need to understand what is self-sabotage and if you even have that problem. So self-sabotage is obviously self-destructive behavior or self-destructive habit that we engage in, that we allow in, whether we are aware of it or not. Some people are aware they've got a destructive habit and they continue to do it. And obviously, that habit, that way of being, undermine the success, the happiness. Perhaps we want something, but whatever we do just can't seems to be happening for us. And it's almost like we're having that internal fight inside of us. It's that battle between conscious and subconscious mind. And one thing to kind of point out that self-sabotage is a kind of form of self-preservation. You've created that way of being for some reason or another at some point, and now it's a habit and it's hard to change, or we tell ourselves it's hard. That's another thing to kind of look into it. What is your story around how easy or hard change is or can be? And like I said, sometimes the way we sabotage ourselves can be very subtle, not very obvious. And things like disorganization and overthinking decisions, the way we react or overreact, jump into conclusions can be very subtle. And we think, like, ah, this is nothing to do with self sabotage and absolutely have everything to do with sabotaging ourselves. So that's one thing. So you need to understand what is self sabotage and how you self sabotage yourself or your success or your business or your relationship, whatever that is for you. Okay, so now you know what is a self sabotage. Other thing to understand, it's a habit because once we've learned that way of being for whatever reason, and we've been doing it over and over, it becomes a habit. Everything that we do is a habit. The way we think, the way we talk, the way we walk, and the way we do things, everything becomes a habit. And we can be in a habit of procrastination. We can be in a habit of negative self talk, of perfectionism. And once it's a habit, we don't even know that we're doing it. We just automatically go there because it's subconscious, it's part of our identity of who we are. So then, okay, I've got a procrastination problem. So once you recognize that, then you can take appropriate action to do something about it. So that's two. Three, the third way that you can tackle self sabotage is obviously identify the root cause because without knowing really why we struggle with it in the first place, it's quite hard to tackle that problem in a way that is going to go away quickly and effectively. Quite often, when we really distilled down why we struggle with self sabotage, it comes down to either self worth issues, not feeling good enough to be worthy, loved, successful. We feel like we don't deserve the very thing that we want. We feel inadequate for whatever reasons. So whatever that is, from the work I've done with clients, they usually distill down to the few main issues. So finding the root reason, the root cause, is one of the things that is going to make change much easier because it's not unconscious anymore. It's not that mystified way that you can't seem to tackle because you understand really why you're doing this, and then you can tackle that issue from the subconscious level and from the conscious level. And the fourth way, you can change your behavior. So once you know the root reason, the core reason why you're doing this, and you're working on a conscious level, then you can also tackle your behavior and you can journal every day. And the reason I'm asking you to do, or like I'm putting forward that way of doing things, is because you can reflect on your actions throughout the day, of your thoughts and conflicts, and how they affect your happiness and your success, how that behavior is holding you back, how is that linking to that root cause that you found out. Look for ways how you can help yourself and provide yourself what you need so you can change that pattern. How, it may be that you need to avoid toxic people, people who are very negative and they kind of drag you back into that old behavior. So when you analyze your day, how you behave, how you reacted rather than responded, what was that you did or said or didn't say. It doesn't have to be long, it can be, 5-10 minutes of journaling just to kind of analyze where you potentially felt short and what you can do next time to help yourself. So when you tackle self-sabotage from both sides, subconscious and conscious, you know the whole reasons, then you're working on a subconscious level, maybe you're listening to some audio, you also change your behavior on a conscious level. So you practice mindfulness daily. So when you, let's say, you struggled with discover the cause with your clients, then you can prepare for them before that call happens rather than just kind of go into it without any preparation and keep doing the same mistakes. For example, maybe it's your relationship with your partner, you overreact or you nip at him or whatever. Maybe that's something to do. Maybe that partner's behavior triggers something, some emotional response that's got nothing to do with that partner, but everything to do with something that you've learned when you were little. So once you understand the core reason, it's so much easier to tackle the change and tackle the self-sabotage, whatever that might look like for you. So I hope that was helpful because self-sabotage is huge. We learn how to struggle with them, in the habit of creating struggle of doing things that get in our way. So that's when that awareness, that mindfulness, being present and in a moment is so important. And if you are struggling with self-sabotage, whether that is in your business, your career, your relationships, or anything, you can seems to move past certain ways of being, or a habit that is keep getting in your way, like procrastination, not putting yourself out there, not doing the thing, then please reach out and we can have a conversation and see how I can help you.
Thank you for listening. If you found value in this podcast, I would like to ask you to leave a positive review explaining how this episode helped you to improve your life. I ask you to do this because this will help other people to improve their lives as well. Share and spread the love all around you. Raise your vibrations to improve your life. If you would like more transformational content like this, connect with me on Instagram. You can find a link in the description of this podcast, and I'll see you over in the next episode.